Do you ever think about why you have a certain feeling or you think a certain thought and then you behave in a way that you wished you wouldn't? Let's assume that we see a news clip about a negative political ad. And let's say that we are triggered and all triggering events bounce into kind of our automatic thoughts that are already there. Generally, these are things that we think about ourselves that we don't really realize we think. They're automatically kind of happening. One of my common automatic thoughts is, I am stupid. Another one might be, I am incapable, which is a common automatic thought that people have when they tend to get emotionally overwhelmed, which politics often creates that dynamic. If you notice in between the triggering event, the automatic thoughts, that's like 5 seconds or half of a second that takes to actually happen. So let's see. So we are having about a half second go by. We see the negative news political ad, and we instantly notice ourselves feeling overwhelmed, anxious. And if we think about our autonomic or our instant behaviors, our facial expressions, or nonverbals, sometimes we get big eyes. We might disengage eye contact if we're making some sort of interaction or having some sort of interaction with another person. Let's see, what else might we do that's nonverbal? We might notice we might start sweating. We may have increased heart rate. And then what feelings happen then? Typically, our feelings of feeling overwhelmed or anxious tend to turn into frustration, anger. So we get increased emotions. We might get more anger or more anxious. So the feelings we had right away over here might be anxious, and then we might down here get more anxious, or sometimes feeling overwhelmed or anxious or fear turns into anger. Anger generally is a coping skill. Keep in mind, this takes about 1 second. So from the triggering event until we're feeling our initial feelings, a lot of times we don't have time to interrupt what we're actually thinking. And so I'm going to teach you how to do that here so you can kind of reframe your negative automatic thoughts. And so we might, what other actual behaviors might we start seeing within about 2 seconds from the triggering event? Maybe we gossip to friends. Maybe we search alternative facts online. We might change the channel. So if those are the behaviors we're doing, we would hope as a human being that those behaviors would help. But generally then we end up finding more information online, which increases anger. Some people kind of start having some depressed mood, etc. So this process is called cognitive behavior therapy, CBT. We take our cognitions, and the idea is to change the way we think about ourselves, which is over here, the way we think. So that leads to changed behavior. So we're actually going to go ahead and change our automatic thoughts here. And we're going to imagine that that isn't true. In fact, if I ask people many times, I will say, do you think you're stupid or do you think you're actually incapable? And most people logically say, well, no, I am capable. I just feel like I'm not capable. Or, well, I'm not stupid, but I feel like I am. So think about if you can support the automatic thought by fact or not. Most of the time we can't prove to ourselves that we're stupid. We usually just feel that way. And so what is true? If I'm not stupid or I'm not incapable, isn't true. What would be a replacement thought for those? Well, a good one is I am capable. And so a lot of times when I ask people, like, are you capable? People intuitively know, like, yes, I'm capable. So then I say, take a moment, just do some deep breathing, and think about how you are capable, and say to yourself many times, I'm capable, I'm capable. Um, and then I try to like just ask the person to relive the triggering event where they imagine